Some of the chicks were transferred on this upper floor to give them space so that they can eat and grow faster. And you can see that most of them are white in color, but the brown chicken are left on the lower floor. But at this stage of 1 month, 2 months, 3, maximally 4, we start to get coryza, and most of the chicken I've been raising, apart from the first bunch, I've been treating coryza. The example of infectious coryza, the chicken start to swell the heads, the eyes, they start to scratch their eyes and produce some tears, and after some days they start to get some white liquid in the eyes. So you keep on treating them, within time they recover. So in these chicks I started to treat coryza, and I picked some of the chicks and I removed them from these chicks so that they can recover outside the chicken house. So the medication you're seeing, I'm giving coryza medicine so that the chicks can also recover. The only way you can identify infectious coryza from these chicks is when they start by scratching their eyes, and when you open the windows and thinking that maybe it is dust, they continue with the process. After some time you see that the eye has closed and it is swelling a little bit. From there they can start to swell the head. By the time they swell the head, that is the worst condition. However, there are medication to treat infectious coryza and the chicks can recover. Since I'm treating coryza from this chicken, I had already introduced to them the drinkers that I use, jerry cans, but when I saw them they were not used to them, I brought the small drinkers they are used to so that they can drink the medicine. And I left some of the jerry cans so that they pick interest, because I want to change the drinkers to reduce on the work of refilling the small drinkers almost half a day in the midday. When we talk about the immunity, the chicken that are white, they have white feathers, they're weaker than the brown chicken. That is why I separated them from others, and most of the chicks that are most affected by the coryza, they are white. They have some white feathers. I also want to see how their production will be. Actually, from this chicken house, I'll be transferring some of them to other chicken houses, but I'll make sure that the white chicken are separately from the brown, in that I can monitor their egg production, the health, how they react on the medication before treatment, even after treatment, which chicken can recover so fast. However much this is the same breed, actually when I check the chicks, their feathers, you find that all the signs, all the colors are the same. But once you start to see this white chicken, they are weaker, they lay faster. According to the chicken that I've been raising, they lay faster, but they stop laying also quicker. But the time of laying, you find that most of the white chicken have stopped laying. So if you can separate them from the others, by the time you start selling, it is far better to start by selling those chicken that have stopped laying, or that have reduced 80% of all 50% of their egg production, than mixing them up and you start to sell even those chicken that are still laying well. That is the reason why I decided to put the brown chicken separately from the white chicken. However, when they grow old, they also turn brown, but I can identify the color that this is coffee brown and this is just brown. As I told you in the beginning of raising these chicks that you're seeing, that I just took a risk and bought the chicks from another company. So whoever wants the number of the company to order chicks, I have to first see how they lay before I recommend to you anyone. They are healthy, and I will assure you that their off layers will be good because they are consuming the feeds very well. They are growing equal actually. Their weight is far better. They are eating the broken that even the chicks that have been raising, they've been missing some of the feeds to consume the feeds very well. I've been taking notes on them, but these chicks are eating very well. They are very healthy, but I'm waiting for the egg production, how they will lay. So apart from the breed, just know even feeding matters. Guys, at this point, I'm using medium broken. So I skipped the chicks broken. It stops when the chicks have made 3 weeks. At 3 weeks, I use chicks and medium size, whereby there are some chicken that can eat chicks only, and there are some chicks that can also eat the medium size, in that they can grow and gain the weight faster. So at this point, I'm using only the broken that is in medium size. It makes the chicken grow bigger. Feeding matters, spacing also matters. When you congest the chicks in one chicken house, some of them will eat, some of them will fail to get the feeds in time. They will just eat to survive, not to grow, so that you can get the eggs in time. At this stage, I remove the smallest feeders from the chicken house and I bring the big feeders, space them, and they consume the feeds. When I compare the chicks that I'm raising to the Easter brown chicken, the older birds, I see that these ones, they will be much better in terms of the weight compared to the Easter brown. So guys, you have to be very vigilant while raising the chicks. Every step they take, you have to look at them, follow what they do. So in that moment, you can compare that if you raised these birds from this kind of company, they were far better from the chicks that I raised from the other company. Even in terms of egg production, you have to pay attention to your chicken so that you can order or raise the chicken from the specific company that you feel they will give you 100% chicks that are good. I love you all. Let's meet in the next.